Hello, my name is Isaias Maldonado. My group and I compiled a bunch of research pertaining to the similarities of Camden, New Jersey, and the favelas in Brazil. For this project, we decided to talk about the similarities between the art, poverty, gang violence, and police intervention in both parts of the world. So let's get started. Poverty. Some of the worst parts of the slums. The citizens have zero to no access to clean drinking water. Dragged into the criminalizing lifestyle, they become susceptible to gang violence and drugs, all of which are the main causes of death in both Camden and the favelas. Due to the amount of poverty in both regions, the life expectancy rates have dropped and varied over the years. Although Camden's infancy mortality rates are somewhat normal, the favelas suffer a much harder reality. The favelas' infancy mortality rates are 50 deaths per 1,000 births, which is extremely high compared to a national rate of 15 deaths per 1,000 births. Gang violence and police intervention. In both Camden and Rio de Janeiro, the residents are fighting back to break out of police oppression and drug control. There has been many incidents where both the police and gang members have gotten into full-on battles in the streets among the innocent. One example of this would be on the night of June 24, 2013, in a district in northern Rio. A police squad of cars and tanks heavily armed began to shoot at local gang members among the crowd. Civilians fled the scene in search of cover, but the gunfire went on well into the night. Both gang members and police officers firing at one time. Early the next morning, both gang members and civilians lie dead on the concrete floor. That's the life citizens in Camden and the favelas are used to. Frequent shootouts happen because of the police menacing hostility towards the residents of the favela and citizens of Camden. Citizens do not want them in their neighborhood. They feel as though the police are causing many more deaths than necessary. Residents state that the deadly shootings and deaths of innocent civilians would drop if the police force would leave the neighborhood people alone. Through all the struggles and hardships that each citizen goes through living in these slums, there is a beacon of hope. Art. Both Camden and the favela share many similarities between the two. An example of that would be from the way both impoverished areas express their emotions through various forms of street art. Street art comes in many different forms and styles, from spray paint, graffiti, to even stick-in art. Both civilizations use art as a form of escape from the harsh realities of life. Artists in both areas use their art to rejuvenate their slums. They use it to brighten the streets with colorful patterns as a way to transform a community of hopelessness into a community of hope. Art's main objective in the favelas is to be used as a powerful weapon to catalyze social change. Camden is known for having many non-profit organizations that help out the community and performs a multitude of duties on the street. An example of one non-profit organization would be Rising Leaders. They keep the youth off the streets and put them into programs that can help benefit their future. The favelas do similar tasks for the youth to keep them out of drugs and gang violence. While art is being used to keep kids off the street and out of trouble, it is also being used as a way to gaining water and food. They instead rely on finding their own means of getting money, like stealing and sex trafficking. Sex trafficking is a form of prostitution when one individual sells their body in exchange for goods or money. Prostitution is the main source of disease spreading